Hello everybody, it's Joe and welcome back to Diablo 2 Resurrected. Let's go back into testing patch 2.4 in PTR and let's have a look at summoning Druid. I was pretty excited about this one because I sort of always wanted to play Summoner Druid, but it was sort of lackluster, so I was quite happy that they decided to give it some love. So let's have a look how well it ended or not. Let's see. So regarding the skills, let's have a look at the summoning tree. So you have your standard summons, which are ravens, wolves, more wolves and bear. And you have some vines and the spirits. So the main change was the raven, which will now do quite a significant damage, as you can see. And it is probably possible to get it into the range of like 3,000 or 4,000 per hit, which sounds pretty cool. There you have your summon spirit wolf, which summons a spirit wolf, or 5 of them, and they now do cold damage, which is pretty nice way to deal with cold immunes. But right off the bat I would say the cold damage is pretty low, because you have to account for resistances of the monsters, so it like takes quite a while. The direwolves have also boosted damage, but you can still summon only 3 of them, and the bear is just a huge tank as it always were. There were some changes with the synergies between the skills. So let's get 3 direwolves and 5 ravens, and I would use Heart of Wolverine to boost the damage of the wolves, and that's your basic setup for most of the game, I would say. Regarding the equipment, I have pretty interesting setup here. I have Jalals, I have Kaleidoscope, I have Stone of Jordan, Bulkatos, Arachnid Mesh, Venom Grips for some reason, Sandstorm Tracks, and I have Sanctuary to boost some resistances and Wizard Spike. So I have some mix of low-end and high-end gear. So if you like put it together, the amount of plus skills is nothing huge. Of course I have Enigma to show you how like telestomping works, but I'm sort of missing like at least on +4 on skills I would be able to get with the spirit combo. So let's start out with the cold plains, like just a basic zone to showcase anything, I would say. And here you have the first pack of the monsters. And as you can see, the ravens are pretty aggressive and they should start dying pretty fast. Yeah, as you can see, the ravens are gone and you would have to resummon them to continue the damage. And as you can see, it didn't take like a huge amount of time for the monsters to die, because the ravens and the mercenary do quite a lot of damage. And in case you don't have Enigma, you are sort of left to the mercy of your summon's decisions to attack something. But the good thing with the Druid is that you can actually reposition your summons by summoning them where you want them. So that's that. And you can do this with the wolves and with the ravens. So there's at least some way to point the summons in the right direction. But important thing to mention is that the mercenary I have right now is pretty cool. It's a Treachery and Dariels and the Reaper's Toll, so it outputs pretty solid damage by itself. And it has Might Aura to help you with the damage, of course. And you can sort of reposition the summons by summoning them, but you can, if you have Enigma, you can like teleport and telestomp any group you want, but you will take a little bit more damage this way. Now I can show you the spirit wolves. Okay, 5 wolves, 5 ravens. Okay, there is some more interesting boss pack, so let's telestomp the boss. And even though it's cold immune, you can see the ravens and the mercenary can do pretty nice damage. So as you can see, the Summoner Druid sort of works. It's definitely better than it was. The ravens are quite nice damage addition. But you cannot escape the comparison with the summoner necromancer. I don't know, 15 skeleton mages, 15 skeletons and 15 revives. So you can have like almost 50 minions fighting for you. So in the light of this, the limitation for only one type of animal summon together with the ravens and... Oh, where is the spirit? It died. Seems pretty harsh for the druid summoner. And you can, or you have to also account for the fact that you don't have corpse explosion with the summoner druid. And it would really benefit if you could have some nice spell which like feels good to play. Like, even though the summoner necromancer is like crowned as the laziest build out there, when you press that corpse explosion, it really feels good. It's pretty nice feeling to like clear the whole room with something you actively did, and it's extremely fast and effective. Like, I'm not saying give Druid the corpse explosion, like, even though Assassin was lucky enough to receive corpse explosion in the way of Death Sentry, like, you cannot do that for all the characters. Like, it would be like asking giving like teleport, corpse explosion and hammers to every class to make the game balance. I understand this is not possible, but I think there are still things that could be done about summoner druid without breaking the game completely. Like being able to summon like spirit wolves together with the dire wolves and also with the bear. It wouldn't break the game. It would make the build just a little bit more viable and fun, having like a huge menagerie with you at all times. With the summons, you are still having the issue that even though you can reposition them by resummoning them with the druid, even if you don't have the enigma, like if you have teleport, the telestomping is like great. You can see that the damage I did every time I teleported on top of some minion was pretty cool. Like here we have the Abaddon, new level 85 zone. So we can telestomp some monsters here. Resummon the ravens. Like, even though the ravens were made only 5 hit and hit harder to sort of give the druid something to do when your minions are doing their way, doing their thing. Like, if you are trying to do something else during the time you are fighting, you will find yourself pretty fast without the ravens. Yeah, as you can see, I'm ravenless again. But the thing is, the minions are dying pretty fast. Like, it's not the fastest clear speed you have ever seen, I know. But you are fighting in the level 85 zone in hell. And it is pretty much effortless. Yeah, now I will try to like continue without using the Enigma, so it has more of the budget feeling. What would it feel like to play through? So even if you don't want to like resummon the wolves all the time to reposition them, what the hell is doing the trade chat inside my game? I have no idea. You can still at least resummon the ravens because you like will have to, because they die after 5 hits. And as you can see, they attack pretty fast. Oh, maybe it could be slightly faster. If nothing else can be done for the druid. Like, maybe you can like make the ravens attack slightly faster and give them more hits. Like, it still wouldn't break the game because it's mostly single target damage. But I would say the improvement Maybe I'm like rambling and repeating myself, but I can feel the improvement to the summoner druid was done. Like, it would be unfair to say that nothing has been changed. Like, I cannot imagine I would be like running sort of effortlessly in hell level 85 zone with summoner druid before 2.4. And you can see that even when I'm not teleporting, the build still functions pretty well. Like, it takes more time because the summons like running all over the place, and without the teleport it's not like always possible to reposition them ideally. The increased amount of summons would help because they are usually unfocused if you cannot telestomp. So larger numbers would help because you would have like more attackers spread around the battlefield, and also having some sort of reliable AoE or other damage with the summoner would be nice, because the thing you do right now is you just summon ravens all over again and again. Like, you just summon ravens all the time, and yeah, we can be considered lucky that we at least have this option now compared to before. But having some of the elemental skills sort of implemented into the summoning playthrough, like all the elemental skills require quite a lot of synergies to like work properly, and Hurricane is sort of like passive skill, so that wouldn't really help you. The shapeshifting, I think, even though there are some hybrid builds that were tried, does not work really well with the summoning. So basically, when you run the summoner, and right now you are stuck with like 80 points with the summoning tree, and ideally you want to put like 20 points into Heart of the Wolverine. So you are like 100 points down in this tree, and it only lets you have out like 3 wolves, or 1 bear, or 5 spirit wolves, and 5 ravens. Like, yeah, you have also the spirit and possibly the vines, but for like 100 point skill investment, it should let you do a little bit more. Like, I would say at least let the druids summon the all of their beasts at once and be done with it. Like, I understand they like don't want to invent completely new spells or something like that at this point and completely like rework the classes, but I believe removing the limitation from summoning more animals wouldn't be so bad. Like, either let us summon Spirit Wolves, Direwolf and Summon Grizzly together, or bump up the amounts of wolves you can get. Like, okay, Spirit Wolves, let me summon like 15 Spirit Wolves at level 30 of the skill, and let me summon like 10 Direwolves at this level. Like, that would make up for the situation a little bit better. So these are my 2 cents on Summoner Druids. Do you have any other suggestions, ideas, questions? Talk to me and I will get back to you. So with all that said, I will see you in the next one. Bye!